Or 5 minutes, apparently. So with from one place to the other. And can you? Just it scared me. I don't know why it scared me. No. Oh god. Oh god. All the bad things. All the bad things. Can you come with me? I don't know what happened to my beach. My mostly peaceful beach. Oh god. You son of... Okay, welcome back. So this is the second time I try to film this intro. The first time didn't go too well. I got like kind of attacked by everything. I'll put some clips in. Regardless, this episode I would like to take to the skies. Now we are currently level 36. And we need to be level 38 for a settle for our first bird, the Pteranodon. So we're trying to level up. A good way to level up is creating narcotics early game. Narcotics are very easy when you have a little herbivore with you. They are very, very good at harvesting berries for you, as you can see. I'm getting a lot of narco berries very quickly. Then you can take your narco berries, put them in your mortar and pestle, and you throw all your spoiled meat in there too. Now, last episode I went over this as well, but you can go into your inventory and then split stack and split all, and now all your meat will spoil at the same time. This is great for getting a bunch of spoiled meat very fast. So in about a minute, you can see everything will just spoil and we'll just have a whole bunch of spoiled meat in here. So as you can see, in about 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and boom, a whole bunch of spoiled meat. You just throw it in and then make a whole bunch of drugs with them. And like I said, this is some very, very good early game XP. The narcotics especially. There's another way to get some very good XP, which is making a lot of cooking pots. However, I find it a little bit cheesy. You don't need a bunch of cooking pots, but I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can. You can break them again, you get about half of the resources back for that. So, yeah, to each their own. I mean, it's a survival, or it's a sandbox game. You can play however you like. I just don't like creating a whole bunch of cooking pots just for the sake of XP, I guess. Whereas with narcotics, they give a bunch of XP and they're actually useful too. I just realized I spoiled all my meat, which is great for narcos. Not so good on the food end. Alright, great. We have a pteranodon that landed, so we're going right on to the next section. Just because I can't craft a saddle yet does not mean I can't tame one yet. This little guy right here, what level are you? You are level 60, and there's another one right here. Creating a pteranodon is very easy. It is just crafting a bola. Because you can bola these guys. 145, we're taking that for sure. So you just bola him, and he can't go anywhere now. And then when he's stuck, you just make sure you get those headshots. And count about 5 seconds between shots. And as you can see, that was 2 shots with a trank arrow and a crossbow. And he is unconscious. Now the best thing we can do right now is tame it with prime meat. The easiest form of prime meat right now is baby dinos. Unless you want to go kill carnivores, like high-level carnivores. Baby dinos is the way to go. For example, this little dodo right here. He will give us enough prime meat to tame him. And enough meat. I need to kill one of the dodos. Wait, you know what? I can actually... Since it's only like normal food I need. I'll just eat some berries. You can hold down E on your on iteming your inventory to eat it very fast as well. So you are building up in weight. Now the game has a stat called taming effectiveness, and the higher the taming effectiveness, the better the more levels you're gonna get on top of it. With 100%, you're gonna get 50% bonus levels on top of it. So for 145, that is 72 levels added to the current level. I don't think we're gonna be able to do 100% on this bird because we can only tame it with Prime. We do not have kibble yet, which is a late game item that we'll get back to later in our playthrough. However, we do have Prime. Now, the one downside is Prime spoils pretty quickly. So in order to not let any Prime go to waste, we let it starve for a little bit. The longer you wait to feed it, before you start feeding it, I should say. So don't feed it and then wait. You need to wait right from the get-go and wait with feeding it. Then, when you eventually feed it, its taming will then start, thus not affecting the taming effectiveness, and allowing it to eat a bunch of food all at once. Which is great for taming something quickly and not wasting any meat. Where did the baby dodo go? I need the baby dodo. This is a problem. Well, that's not good. You're not a parent either, are you? Nope. Are you a parent? No, you're not. You are, but I'm scared of you. You are a high level. That's not a baby pteranodon. That's. Don't fight those. They may look small, but they're scary. I think the baby might have despawned because his mother was dead. Which is not very good for us. I'm not very good at making tutorials, but I'm trying to put in like tips and tricks about the game as well for those of you that are new to the game. All right, I found the baby. I don't know why I couldn't find it earlier. Yes, let's just kill it. Okay, so yes, its mom was dead because it did allow me to. Now I hope this is enough prime meat. Actually, I can check that really fast. There's a website called Dododex, and on that website you can type in the dinosaur you're about to tame, and it will tell you how many trank darts it's needing to knock out, how many of certain foods it needs to tame. Now it tells me that it needs exactly 7 prime, so that is the perfect. And as you can see, it should eat multiple pieces right away now. So it only ate 2 so far. Okay. That's not good. But the principle still stands, right? And the prime spoils in 15 minutes. So that should have bought me enough time, I think, to use. So all the prime gets to use, but just in case, I think I'll look for some more. Now make sure that you don't hit the dinosaur after you knocked it out. Even if you're like shooting it with arrows, once the knockout animation starts, if you hit it again after that, that will mess up the taming effectiveness. So as you can see right now, we have a 99.6% effectiveness, which means that we have 72 bonus levels. So far, we are maxing out on bonus levels. And according to Dododex, taming it with regular prime meat, we should end up at around 98.6%, which only loses us 1 level, which is great. Alright, well, I just killed an Aki, and its baby just flew past me, so I claimed it. Which is also a very nice, easy way of taming creatures. I think they're carnivores. I could have killed the baby for the prime meat, but since it was such an easy grab, and it could be a pretty useful tame, I figured I'd just take it. I never really used ickies, so I might see what they can do this season. All right, so I just got the last level that I need for the Pteranodon settle. As you can see, we got it unlocked right here, which we need chitin for, or chitin slash keratin, which is kind of annoying to get by, I guess. The best animals to drop those are either turtles. They could drop quite a bit, which this one's a very high level, so I'm not doing that. You can go to them for keratin, but chitin is the bugs, and I think we should have some bugs down the beach from here, just in time. So I thought we might not have enough prime, and I thought we might not have enough prime for our bird. So let's go bring this back and farm some chitin. Now you can type whatever the item is you need to the other inventory slot in your inventory, in your bar, and then you just press transfer all, and it will only transfer that item, and then remove the search bar, which is very, very nice to transfer items quickly. This also works with bundles of items. So for example, I need all the berries. It will now transfer all the berries and everything with berry in its name. So very berry seeds still have berry in the name, thus will transfer it. There we go. Here we have some bugs. Let's get rid of this one too before he comes and messes with us. Alright. Now the best way to farm chitin and keratin is with an axe. Now, and if we're lucky, which we are apparently, we get enough for it, for the saddle. So that is phenomenal. We don't have to hunt anymore. Now, take into account my rates are a little bit up, so I got it a little quicker than you maybe. Maybe I got it slower than you. Well, maybe you only have to pick one bug, depending on what your rates are, of course. So let's head back, create the saddle, and as we can see, our bird's almost done. Maybe we could take to the sky soon. Alright, Pteranodon saddle, 230 height. I think we have enough for that. We do. Fantastic. Alright, and our buddy should be about to wake up, which also, barely enough torpor, luckily, so we didn't have to give him any narco berries or narcotics to stay asleep longer, which is very nice. Alright, and she's awake, and it's a girl, so I'm gonna call her Petra. Because, once again, very original. Can you stop flying and just land your butt? Thank you. Now this is a fantastic first bird. Since it's like such a high level, it's like almost the highest level you can get on official kind of rates. I guess. Maybe not actually, because I know the island does it a little different. But I know that the mod that I'm playing with from Syntech changes that to just being 150. That's a very easy way to tame a Pteranodon early game. And this is gonna increase the abilities we have in this game so much more. As you can see, we can fly now. We can get anywhere in the map without having to worry about what's on the ground, what wants to kill us. The only thing you have to worry about is your stamina. As you can see in the top right corner, my stamina is draining pretty quickly. I got a decent amount of stamina, so that's good. But it will definitely drain, so make sure that once it's low, you get a safe spot where you can land to regain the stamina. And as you can see, it's back up again, and we are ready to fly again. Now, the downside about pteranodons is they have very little weight and very low stamina. So your stamina will drain very quickly. You're not going to fly very far with them without having to wait for stamina from time to time. And you're not going to carry very heavy loads of supplies with them, like metal or crystal or anything like that. These just spawned. That's crazy. Okay, what I did want to do is build a spyglass, which now, with the help of our little pteranodon right here, is gonna be a whole lot easier. Let's put everything away to be as light as possible for this guy. And let's find a nice place to get some crystal at. Alright, and we should be coming up on a location where there should be some crystal. Let me see. There's a lot of metal. Oh, here we go. Some crystal. Now we don't need a lot. So that should be enough for now, because otherwise our bird won't fly anymore. Let me pull up the location on the map. It is right here. This is not our home, by the way. I can delete this. This was from an earlier playthrough. It's about right here. We live about right here. So this is probably some of the earliest, like, easy to get crystal you can get. Everything else is very, like, up north. Which I pulled up a resource map to confirm. And it's actually kind of insane how there seems to be no good early game crystal spot on the island. Everything's up north, where all the danger is. So that's always fun. So yeah, definitely recommend getting a flyer first, and then looking into getting crystal. Alright, let's go craft our spyglass, which this is gonna be like our best friend for the early game coming up. Because now, in case you didn't know, you can spot what level dinosaurs are from a distance. Which makes it very nice to know whether or not you should, for example, engage with a dino. Like a Carno, level 50. That's not a too high level. Still wouldn't engage with it. Carnos do bleed damage, which is percentage based. So it doesn't matter how much health you have, they can still deal quite a bit of damage if you do not take them out quickly. I am curious what level you are. A level 90. This was a little bit of a shorter episode. It was also more like a tutorial or like a tips video on early game stuff. Let me know if you like this type of video. I figured I'd switch it up a little bit. All videos so far in the series have been a little different. The first one has been just explaining what the series is. The second one has been, I guess, more action-packed. The last one has been very calm. Kind of boring, maybe, even. And this one was more of a tutorial kind of video. I'm curious to know what you guys like best. What's more interesting to you guys to watch? Or like if we want to keep it a combination of the rest. I do want to keep giving tips throughout this series. I think it's a nice series that you could just go early game tips in. So yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you all in the next episode.